welcome to another episode of Top 10 Videos. Today we're going to be counting out the top 10 best Spider-Men. And I said men, not man. Now, since there's a comic storyline coming out called Spider-Verse, soon in November, which we're, sort of getting close to, I thought we'd be talking to you about the top 10 best Spider-Men. So, let's begin. Number 10 on our list is Future Foundation Spider-Man. And now, in the future, the Fantastic Four, their member Team Torch has died, so the Fantastic Four have got Spider-Man to be their new member. And the Future Foundation Fantastic Four was formed. So, this team, they all wear, a white and black color scheme. Spider-Man's costume looks, really cool with the color scheme. All the villains are, different. They fight many Future Foundation as different villains. Like Dr. Doom, of course, who wears a white costume, too. Other villains, I think the Mad Thinker. I think also, what was the name of the, Super Intelligent, I think his name was. No, it was it's a purple guy a purple villain from space who called himself the Super, no, that's the Kree bad guy, no. I don't remember, but yeah. He's a cool Spider-Man, and he's made appear as a skin in Lego Marvel Superhero, which is a fun game, so, yeah. Number 9 on the list is Iron Spider. Iron Spider is first appeared in the Civil War story arc. If you don't know what that is, Civil War story arc, it sort of explains, but at some point in the comics, the government wanted superheroes to register, or a Superhero Registration Act, which means they wanted them to work for them and reveal their secret identities to the world. But some people didn't like that. So Iron Man led a group of people who did reveal their identities, while Captain America led a group of people who did not. So people in Iron Man's team were like Mr. Fantastic, I think Black Widow, yeah, I think her War Machine, I believe, yeah, War Machine, and I know I'm forgetting someone. I think Ant-Man also, yeah, Ant-Man, and a bunch more, and including Spider-Man, of course. Then on Captain America's team, there's people like Iron Fist, Thing, Luke Cage, Patriots, all those kind of people. So, yes. Iron Spider basically, Iron Man gave Spider-Man an armored suit, it's sort of like an Iron Man suit in a way, and gave him to fight the heroes who betrayed them. So yes, the suit was a red and yellow design, and it had 3 claws in the back. He could fly, shoot repulsor rays, and shoot webs, climb walls still. It was really cool. So at some point, Spider-Man did join Captain America's side, and he had to get rid of the suit. But yes, it's a really cool Spider-Man figure. I haven't that figure at my Spider-Man shrine. You can go check out that video to see him. And yeah, and he also made an appearance in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show a couple times. So yeah. Number 8 on the list is Kane the Scarlet Spider-Man. And now, I know you're probably thinking, aren't you thinking of Ben Reilly? No, Kane. Kane is another clone. Okay, not technical, well, kind of a clone, but in comics, originally, Kane was a bad guy, but now in comics, he's a good guy. He's not an old Spider-Man. He came back in 2012, so he's one of the more recent ones. Kane's costume is a red and black design, but almost the entire costume is red, but until you get to the mask part, it's black, with I think those are red eyes, I think. But yes, Kane has a more violent personality, and so yeah. He also has something some new comics, of course, coming out soon, which people know about by reading the first issue of Amazing Spider of the Amazing Spider-Man comics, which revealed that there's gonna be some more Kane Spider-Man comics coming out. But yes, like I said, he's a more violent Spider-Man. He killed Ben Reilly in comics, so yes, he's quite deadly. Number 7 is Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, you're probably thinking also, isn't that Peter Parker? No. In comics, Peter Parker died as the Ultimate Spider-Man. Peter Parker died because he saved Captain America being shot by Nick Fury. It was complicated, I'm not sure how. But yeah, then he fought the Ultimate Goblin, Electro, Vulture, Sandman, and Kraven the Hunter, who were sort of the Sinister Six, but called really the Sinister Five. They wanted Spider-Man on their team, but he didn't want to. So he got killed during that fight, and a kid named Miles Morales got bit by a spider, and he's a new Spider-Man. Now, Miles Morales is black, so I want to point that out to you guys, let you know. He's a black kid who became Spider-Man. His costume is a black and red design. It's a really cool design. Half the costume is black, and so when you get to part of the mask, there's red lines on it, and it just looks really cool. So yeah, he is a kid, of course, so he's young, and he did die in comics, but he's also back in comics. Sorry, I heard a phone ring. But yes, He's also, like, also died in comics. I think, did I just say that? Yeah, probably did. Anyway, so yes. But he has come back to life in comics now, the new comic series, and encountered Peter Parker once in comics. So, yes. Number 6 is Ben Reilly, the Scarlet Spider-Man. Now, there's the Scarlet Spider-Man. In comics, there was a story called the Clone Saga of Spider-Man, where basically, a guy named Dr. Miles Warren, who, aka in comics, a villain named the Jekyll, and clone Spider-Man using his DNA, making Peter Parker again. But that guy didn't want to be Peter Parker, so he like cut his hair, dyed his hair blonde, and changed his name to Ben Reilly. So yes, and really it's kind of really cool. He had a red costume, but like wear like almost a blue hoodie kind of thing. And like I said, he was killed by King Comics, but like Dan Slotton said, and even if they're dead in one universe, they're alive and healthy in other universe. So yes, you can go check out my other channel, my video about Spider-Verse to understand what I'm talking about. So yes. So he's a pretty cool Spider-Man. Like I remember he was in like a couple episodes of like the original animated series Spider-Man, where he had like these things called impact webbing. Has like these wrist web shooters which are on the outside, which like shoot impact on me. I think he has those in comics. I don't remember. But yes, he's a really cool Spider-Man, and yeah. Number 5 is Spider-Man Noir, but some people call him Spider-Man Noir, but I call him Noir. In this universe, this Spider-Man's sort of like a Batman character kind of way. In this universe, same thing, his Uncle Ben died and became Spider-Man, but with a twist on that. In this universe, Vulture is a cannibal, so, Carnival, he ate Uncle Ben, like, literally ate him. So now, Spider-Man now made his, like, Peter made his black, dark costume, and uses the gun also from time to time. And, like, fights crime in a dark and deadly way. So yes, he's not one of the more wisecracking Spider-Man. Like, he makes jokes sometimes, but not all the time. He fights many different, like, darker versions of the villains we know, like Vulture, Hammerhead, Sandman, Goblin, who's the main crime lord of everyone, of course. So yes, this Spider-Man will not hesitate to kill. He killed Vulture, but yes, he has appeared in games like, in Shattered Dimensions, and that's a DLC character in Amazing Spider-Man 2, the video game. But yes, as Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, he didn't really use a gun for some reason. Maybe kid-friendly, apparently. But yes. Actually, not kid-friendly, there are some not nice jokes for kids. Anyway, so, number 4 on the list is Spider-Man 2099, who's my favorite Spider-Man. I have an action figure of him, was really cool. Now, there are many key important things to learn about this Spider-Man. This Spider-Man, first, is not Peter Parker. In the future of 2099, a guy named Miguel O'Hara. Now, I sort of know his origin, but it's kind of complicated, so every time I hear it, but this is what I got from it. Miguel O'Hara worked for a company called Alchemax, which is a big problem in there, and the owner of Alchemax wanted to recreate the powers of the original Spider-Man, and to make a new Spider-Man, and he used Miguel O'Hara as a test subject. It's like putting him in these kind of drugs and made him drink them, but he didn't know that, and she tried getting rid of them at first, and then accepted them and became the Spider-Man 2099. Now, his costume is a big tweak on the original Spider-Man. Doesn't look anything. He wears a cape, has like 2 blades on the side of his arms. His costume is more blue than it has a little bit red. He has a new comic series you can read to understand him. He also has some other abilities, like he can like web sling and crawl on walls, and of course, the cape allows him to fly on a couple occasions. But he has other abilities, like he has agility and strength, but he also he doesn't have spider sense, but he has sharp teeth, which if he bites someone, he can paralyze them for not permanently, just for a while. And he has to find a way to communicate while hiding his teeth, so it made it hard to talk. He also has like razor sharp claws on the end of his fingers, which can use as a weapon too. So yeah, he's a pretty cool Spider-Man, which I understand why I like him so much. He's in 2 Spider-Man games, Spider-Man Spider-Man Into Time, which is not a good game, and Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, which is a good game. And yeah, he has a lot of alternate villains like Hobgoblin, Scorpion, Dr. Octopus, Vulture. They're all different in the future. So yes. Number 3 is Superior Spider-Man. Now in these comics, Superior Spider-Man, he's actually Dr. Octopus. So in the end of the year Spider-Man comics, Dr. Octopus died of cancer, so he uses Golden Octobot to switch range with Peter Parker. So he's in Peter's body while Peter's in Doc Ock's body, and the cancer is still in Doc Ock's body, so Peter's still dying. Is dying of the cancer. So yes, he now runs around as Spider-Man, but now Peter Parker soon then Dr. Octopus then dies after a last battle with Ock, and changed all his memories to Ock's memories in a way. And he had a new superior Spider-Man. Now his first costume was actually basically just almost Peter's costume, except it had replaced the blue with the black, and had weird eyes. His new costume has like mechanical arms and like just it's really cool. Like I don't like the fact that he's like a Dr. Octopus in his body, but his costume is really cool. There are some arts in his comics that aren't really that good, but there are some things that are really good. Like CM 2099 Spider-Man, that's pretty cool. Just like overall, he has like henchmen, a base, giant Octobot robots, which is weird. Yeah. So, but he's no longer Spider-Man comics. Don't worry about that. Number 2 is Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Now I am also counting movie and cartoon Spider-Man. So, as Andrew Garfield's like the best Spider-Man actor we've had. We've only had like 3, counting him, and like the original 1970s actor, and really both the last 2 were bad. Like the 1970s actor and Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield is just a really great Spider-Man, and he looks like Peter Parker a lot in his films. Both his films are fantastic. Like Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, they're great. They're both great films. And his costume in the films, his first one, it's good. It's okay. His new one is ripped straight out of the comics. It's the closest adaptation It's the best adaptation we've gotten. Is what I'm saying. And all the ones are just great in this film, like Lizard, Electro, Green Goblin, Rhino. They're all just fantastic. I highly recommend you go check out his films and some good comic books he's had based around him. And number 1 on the list, you should all guess, is the Amazing Spider-Man, or also known as the 616 Dimension in the comics. Now, of course, we all know his origin. Peter Parker is a science nerd until he gets bit by a radioactive spider, giving him abilities to crawl walls, spider sense, agility, and strength. And so he uses him as wrestling abilities, let a guy go, let a bank robber go, and he learned soon that killed his uncle, and with great power and great responsibility, becomes Spider-Man. So yeah, we all know his origin. Everyone does. So yeah, and 616 means the dimension he lives in. 616. So yes, he's just an amazing horse. Has web shooters, can crawl walls, spider sense, agility, strength, and a member of the Avengers, and a member of the Fantastic Four, not the Future Foundation one. It's a different time when like he replaced the Fantastic Four one time with the Hulk and Ghost Rider and someone else I can't remember. But yeah, he cracks a lot of wise jokes. He's had quite a few films, games, TV shows. He's really awesome. But yeah, that'll do it for this top 10 episode today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay for more episodes coming your way, and I'll catch you guys later.